So because I was busy with school exams and other stuff, I should have made this video many weeks ago, but I couldn't. So I want to apologize for that first. And I want to present to you this unmarked German kitchen clock. But first I want to show you some stuff that I've been working on. So here on my broken cuckoo clock you might see a pocket watch. I bought this one 2 weeks ago and it ran for 2 days, then I have accidentally dropped it onto the floor and the whole cylinder escapement broke, so I need to find another one, and the mechanism lies in this box, if I can open it, but it doesn't want to. It's a Jappy movement, a French movement. It has a Jappy logo on it. Hold on. Okay, much better. This is the broken escapement, and this is the rest of the movement. You can see there's the Jappy logo, but it won't focus. And it has the same logo on the case. And because I didn't find any spare parts for the Jappy clock, I have bought another pocket watch movement. Another key winding key set. You can see there's the key. But it was too big for the case and now it has no use to me. But I can make a wooden case so I can put it like a desk clock to fit the movement. And it wasn't running when I got it because there was a broken jewel underneath the pallets. These are the pallets. So I need to find another one, and I think I have found one, but I need to test it. And you can see it's separated in thousands of pieces, but everything is there. And also the mainspring is now broken because it snapped while I was winding it, because it was so weak. So now I think I can take the mainspring from the Jappy clock, because that one has also no use for me anymore. And speaking of watches, here are a few. This is another key winding key set. Well, it's not key set because I have accidentally broken the setting notch. Well, I don't know how to call it. So now I usually move the hour hand like this to set it. And that's why it has no minute hand. This is another porcelain French clock. This is an Sima Swiss pocket watch. This is a Junghans Astra shockproof pocket watch, a little newer. This one I got for my birthday. It's nothing special, but it is very nice. It has 17 jewels. And I have fitted a new glass for it. And this one is the newest. Well, one of the newest. It's running perfectly, almost perfectly. And it's a Swiss Unique pocket watch. Initially it had no hour hand, and I went to the local clock shop and they fitted one for me. This one has a very nice movement. I'm going to show it to you. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Very nice looking movement. It has no glass, unfortunately. I have to find one that fits. And now let's take a look at the subject of the video. This is a kitchen clock. It is completely unmarked, but I certainly know it's German by the looks of it. It used to have a bezel, but that broke. I still have it, but I need to refit it. It's running a little slow and it's a pain to regulate. It's very hard to regulate it. Also here it should have a hole there should have been a piece of string, and when the clock would stop, you would pull that piece of string to start it back up after winding. That piece of string is still in there, but I cannot get it through that hole. And now let's go to see the movement. And here is the movement, a very small movement in fact. It has an 8-day mainspring, but I have once let it run for more than 8 days, for 2 weeks, and it actually ran for 2 weeks, so I think it might run for longer. Here's a small plastic bag with the original screws, but the holes for them have enlarged, so I fitted some new screws and this is the only one left. But I don't think it affects anything because these are still there. And this is what I was talking about. You would pull this string and the clock would start. And the escapement is also in there. You can't see because it wouldn't focus. Oh, like that. But I'm going to give you a better shot because now we're going to see the front of it. And here is the front of the movement. Still not even a single mark. There is an arrow just in there. You might see it's engraved in there. That's an arrow, I think. And I think I have once seen a similar movement with the HAC logo. So it might be an HAC, but a newer HAC, because this doesn't look very 1800s, late 1800s or 1920s. It looks more like of a 1950s or 40s or even 60s. And if you don't know, HAC was taken over by Junghans, and you might see in there the escapement in a better look. If it would focus. Phone, please focus. Oh yeah, there we go. And something very interesting, this is the key. The clock winds counterclockwise. So if you wind it on this direction, it's alright. But on the other direction, this happens. You can see I can constantly spin the key until this happens. The key is made out of 2 parts that screw one into each other. So it's something unusual. I have never seen this type of thing on any other clock. And from the depths of my cabinet, where I keep clock projects down there, and spare parts, tools, and other things up there, the bezel of this clock came. The solder from the hinge didn't do its job, so the bezel came off and I need to refit it, so the clock will be complete again. And this is the clock back on the wall. But at the beginning of the video it was on this nail, but I thought it looks much better in there. This is a Hermle course clock, and because I feel bad for not posting for such a long time, I'm going to show you the movement of this one now. Here's the movement, a battery operated movement. I still don't know why I bought it, but it looks nice. And you might see there is a bell inside, because this clock has a passing strike mechanism, and on every hour it strikes only once. You might be able to hear it if I turn it around. That's how it sounds on every hour. Yeah, it says Hermle in there, and it's quite a nice clock actually. So I think I'm gonna keep it for some time. So, this was all for today's video. You might tell which clock will be the next one, and I shall see you in my next video. But till then, stay tuned.